Yes. Hey guys, so today I'm going to start making a version 2 of the drone. So I did build the drone as version 1, but I will need to add some connectors to it to make it easier for the motors and the battery. Also, I want to make a PCB that can perfectly fit into the body of the drone. Currently now it's a bit, as you can see here, it's resting on top, which is not ideal. But I'm happy about the circuit. I will probably just add another different voltage regulator to increase the current a bit and add some bigger bypass capacitors. So that's important for now. So let's see. So the voltage regulator has to go. The reason for that is this voltage regulator outputs about 500 milliamps. And it's fine, but when you go to Wi-Fi with the ESP32, it actually takes a lot of current. Because I'm using Wi-Fi currently to be able to fly the drone with the Bluetooth app. Hey Sharam, how are you doing? So I've got Wi-Fi with a Bluetooth app. So I've got an app using just the normal Blink app to fly the drone. So that I use Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi when it initializes takes a lot of inrush current, so I want to just improve the voltage regulator. And then connectors. The rest of the circuit is fine, works nicely, the accelerometer works nicely. This we have to populate actually, so let's fix that so long. So this is the address, so if I pull it down it wants an address of 0x68, and if you pull it up it's 0x69. Default for the MPU 650 is 68 hex hexadecimal. So I just want to get I think we're going to use the LM17, what was it? I need a voltage regulator, 3V3 voltage regulator. Let's go on that. LM1170. But you must just be careful because when this, it won't take a lot of current, but as soon as the current increases here, the volt drop actually also increases across the voltage regulator. So you need to have a very low volt dropout. I'll probably look at using this. But that is still a lot, that's milliamps. Let me know about the sound, guys, and things like that. Oh, stupid libraries. It's power, no wonder. There we go, 3v3. Hey Doug, how you doing? Yeah, it's cool, eh? They're extending our lockdown for another 3 weeks, so I'm quite excited to see where the hair goes. It's growing on me. Haha, funny. What pry? Yeah, it's been a long couple of months, man. Yo. Our restaurants have been closed for the last 5 months, 6 months. Yes. Quite excited about that. Hey, DIY Electronics, how you doing? I'm kind of locking myself in until I get to South Africa. Yes, the government does fund them. So the government, yeah, saved money back in the day, so they're using that savings. I don't know. But it's still not the same as the money they would get with people. You're welcome, man. So what this video, so I'm making different videos now. So this is actually just fixing some, not really fixing, but improving something that I noticed on the drones. So I'm still making the videos explaining about all the programming of the drone and stuff. So it's flying a bit now, but the PID is not exactly perfect. But I want to make a drone so long for version 2 that is just modular and I can just click together and it should be easier to build for you guys. But the program will be the same. So while I wait for this board to be ordered and delivered, I can still carry on. Oh, you're welcome. Is there anything specific you want to learn, DIY electronics, PCB design wise? Yeah, I feel sorry for the South Africans, man. Hey Chris, how you doing? DIY electronics, is it helping you the videos? Is it? I try to explain it a bit, yeah, very simple and stuff. But please, if there's stuff that I can do better, please let me know. So I'm still learning how to explain stuff. And I'm really trying to make it as easy as possible. What, you busy now with PCB design, DIY electronic? Like what section you are now? So what I noticed quite interesting with this drone is the VBAT, my VBAT here goes to my voltage regulator and to my motors, but over here. But when the motors turn on, the VBAT takes, the motors take like all the current, all the voltage, and this actually drops down a lot. So you need a quite big electrolytic cap here just to store the charge a bit more. So you can actually see I did it over here. I added a cap here. Wow, yeah, that's a whole different field, eh? Have you made one before? Have you made a PCB before? And what do you classify as a DC-DC converter? Because this is also a DC-DC converter. So but it's just small voltages. We're talking about taking 48 volts to 3 volts because that's more challenging. So the bigger the difference is with your input and output, the more difficult it gets because the power needs to go somewhere. So just changing the voltage regulator to get a higher output here. So I did not choose the perfect voltage regulator, but it's fine. We all make mistakes. Hey, I'm using it here. But that's not, this is, yeah, so this is not really power electronics. So when you're talking about power electronics, it's more like buck boost converters, a lot of current, thicker tracks. This I still see as digital. Well, you're using KiCad now, aren't you? Cool, so now I've got my new voltage regulator. I should have actually checked. So try to keep these capacitors as well, because then they would just be replaced. So what I mean is make the C1, because that's C1. So when you update it to the PCB, then it will just replace those components with these components, which is quite nice. And which one you prefer, Eagle or KiCad? I must download Eagle and actually play with it. So yeah, so I want a new voltage regulator, and I want to add connectors for my motors, because the motors actually come with nice connectors. But I keep cutting the wires and solder on, which is quite silly. Also the battery, so the battery also comes with a nice connector, so just use the connector. That's about the only issues I had. This works quite nicely. It programs quite nicely. This alarmometer works perfectly. So this needs to go. Why do you want to move to KiCad then if Eagle's so nice? Okay, let's just see the motors that I use. So I bought this frame. So I actually want to make a PCB that fits perfectly there. It's going to be quite tight. And then I got these motors. So they come with connectors. JST. Is there no Eagle tutorials on YouTube? I can't believe that. Are PCB tutorials really so not available? I know there's lots for Altium and stuff. Connector, JST. So we want one that we can plug this in. So it's JST 1.25. There we go. So let's just update the footprint. Wow. So why don't you just learn electronics at education, at school education? Or why don't you go study electronics? Oh, you can learn everything online, so I understand. If you've got passion, you can do it, man. Okay, let's save it. Oh, so you're learning on the job. That's quite cool. Let's just open this. Why are you not opening? Open. You see, so I'm busy soldering the wires on here, and it's why I can just connect the connector. So it wasn't very clever by and here as well, the battery I can plug in. I'm soldering it. Well, I'm not actually soldering it. I made like a pin here. So yes. Oh wow. Okay. Well, luckily you live in a world where internet's there, so you can really learn anything. I always say you can actually do whatever you want to do. You can build a robot, a rocket ship, whatever. It's just time. You just need time to learn it. This is ugly. Anyway, so this is going to go, and the battery's going to go. I'm going to have a new voltage regulator. Yeah, this is going to go. So let's update and see where we are. Please don't freeze, please don't freeze. So I'm going to update footprints. Oh, come on. I saved. It's a bit of struggling all of a sudden. But the other electronics, just say if there's something specific you're struggling with or something. I can always make a video or something. Or if on our Discord channel, you can just send a message there. There's lots of people helping each other. Oh, come on. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and close the program. Not responding. Maybe I should close some stuff here. Close Steam. Close Blizzard. Close the 3D printing. Let's just try to start over. Hey, Yasir. Thanks, man. I hope everything's good there as well. I can't complain. Getting tired of the lockdown, but besides that, it's going well. Making some projects. Okay. We can have a look at that DIY electronics. I'll see what's the easiest way to show that. What's the reason that you want to go straight into switch mode power supplies and things like that? Don't you want to start off simple and go that way? Let's try again. Save, tools, update. Ah, come on. What's going on? Let's see my... Maybe I should delete the components rather. Let's try that, because I'm getting... Okay, so I'm going to go file, because I'm going to do, so edit global deletion, just delete all the tracks. Okay, yes, so everything's gone. I don't want this anymore. This neither. Save. Let's try now. There we go. Oh, they're quite big, eh? No, that should be fine. But I also need to change the PCB. I'll just move this out. I want to keep it together because it's easier to route when it's in its partners, in its friends. Yeah, you said it's not KiCad. I think it's the computer. Because with KiCad on my laptop doesn't do this. On my laptop I run KiCad and Altium same time. It's fine. So what I actually want to do is I want to... Where is it? It's not this. I want to make a PCB that fits perfectly in there. I can't really find the dimensions, but I've got the real life thing here. So, measure. DIY Electronics, the best place will be Discord. So if you go bottom of this YouTube video, I think there's links, Instagram, Facebook, there's a Discord link. So if you go to Discord, there's a lot of people can help you as well. What KiCad am I running? Where do you see that? Is the new KiCad out? Why did it not update automatically? And why am I still using the old one? Where do you get version 5.99? Are you on a different? I also want 5.99. If you have 5.99, I also want 5.99. What's the new features? Okay, let's just try to get the dimensions for this. Use my phone as a ruler. I don't know if anyone knows the dimensions for this. Oh, this one. So you use at your own risk. Do you suggest I get it? What is new to it? I just want to measure this quickly. Hey Sangesh. Yeah, but you guys, should I get 5.99? Is it worth it? What new features are out there? I guess I can read out. yeah, so I've got this is fine. So here's a nightly bulb. DIY Electronics, I designed one before, switch modes power supply, but it's a couple of years back, about 4 or 5 years back. But I can look at the theory again and stuff. All that stuff's on the internet, right? So the circuits are there and explanations are there, everything's there. You must just be careful. The higher the voltage, the higher the current, your tracks and stuff changes in your PCB design. So the higher the voltage is, the bigger clearance you need between the tracks, and the more current you have, the thicker the track needs to be. So that's the only thing you need to start thinking about when you do power electronics and things like that. We're in Asia, Shangesh. Asia's quite big, right? I just want to measure this. Sorry, guys. I've got two. I actually use my laptop, so I only use Kerry's computer when I stream. So I only use the computer when I stream, and then I use my laptop to do stuff at night time and things like that. I just want to measure, guys. Sorry. I can't find a ruler now. I don't want to stand up, so I'm just installing an app. Crazy times, eh? Seems about 5 by 5. I wonder if we can get a Whoop 3D model. That'll be quite cool. Whoop drone step file. Oh, guys, how cool is this? This looks like the one I have. I've got 620 motors. Haha, 3D printed it. I think the PCBs, they sell PCBs as well. They sell their own flight controllers. Ah, okay, good. Guys, I know everyone wants to make their own flight controller, but just to be clear, it will never be cheaper than buying it like this. The PCB alone will cost you that. Well, not really, but it will. So I need to make something like this. Oh, I don't know if the ESP is going to fit on that. Whoop, PCB dimensions. That looks like it can fit. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to make it 30 by 30. Good times, good times. Sure, it's gonna be tight. But hey, we're gonna have fun. Yeah, so I made a mistake making the board and then worrying about the, what do you call it, the body. I should first look at the body and then make the PCB. But so we learn, guys, so we learn. Anyone doing some nice projects out there? Guys, please feel free to ask any questions about this. So I have built the drone, the version 1. It's crashing nicely, so now I just have to make a version 2 with some updates. I will still release everything for version 1. I'm just updating the PID values and things like that. Trying to break down in nice videos. But I want to give you guys a final 100% drone that you can just build if you want to build. It still won't be cheaper than buying your own drone, guys. I'm just warning you guys. But it's a nice learning activity. Okay, let's just start fresh. Let's start fresh. Oh, what did I do? Not going well, guys. Not going well. That's embarrassing. Okay. Wow. This has never happened before. Maybe let's first unlock it. It's better. So guys, if I do something that you're not aware, if you're new to the channel, please just stop me. So I do repeat stuff a lot because of course some of you first time here or whatever, so I don't mind repeating it. But like I'm making board outlines and things like that, I'm just going to carry on until someone stops me. So I'm going to take this. Yeah, that's going to be small, guys. But anyway. Who doesn't like a challenge? Yeah, this seems about 30, so it seems about right. Just making sure that it matches. I think mine's 30 by 30 by 30. Sorry, my nose is going. I don't have corona. It's not corona, guys. It's not corona. Okay, so I think ours is 30, 30, 30, 30. If I'm measuring, so I've got the drone here. So just measuring it. And I actually think it's this. Yeah, so whoop. Let's just look at the exact one I have. So what do they call them? So this uses a toothpick or motors, frames. They actually sell the brush. So we want the Beta 75S. Yeah, I'll have to have a look. Where's the Beta 75S? I'm sure there's lots of videos. So what I started doing is, like with the drone, I will just go and explain each piece of the circuit in a separate video. So we've got a Let's Learn Circuits playlist. So it's more the projects I do, I explain the circuit. I don't really go into other circuits too much. Just helps to understand how this drone works. But I'm sure there's a lot of YouTube videos about electronics. Book-wise, I don't know. There's also so much. I know someone said in Discord the other day about a book. Did you thumbs up Discord? Just because you can't chat in Discord if you don't thumbs up. It's just to say you'll be nice, you won't. Yeah, I see you joined twice. So just give a thumbs up there. Okay, you already chatted. But just check in Discord under PCB design. Yes, I don't know what's wrong with my nose. Under PCB design, someone gave a suggestion on the book. So it's always good to have. I think it's allergies, guys. Allergies. Cool. So we did that. So now we're going to do the... What do we want to do now? I want the 75S whoop. Yeah, so it's... Yeah, it's 75. So that's our body. So they've got their own flight controller. Okay. Ours is this because I've got 25. If I look at it, I've got 20, close to 30. What's your name on Discord? Because you have to thumbs up. So on the left hand side there's rules. You have to rules thumbs up. Otherwise you can't talk. So the rules, you just have to say, cool. Are you Anshul? No. Someone just joined and introduced themselves. But you just chatted. What happens when it kicks you out? I'll have to have a look then. I'm not sure why it will kick you. Okay, let's make... I was going to measure. And then we can start. You just wrote a message. So let me check on Discord quick. Yeah, you're there. You're not kicked out. You just sent a message. Welcome to the community. Yeah, it's 30 by 30 all the way through. It's a perfect square. Yeah, so let's do 30 by 30. Make a nice star. Why is everyone so quiet? Let's do this. 45 degrees. Can we do it? Just seeing where I can change the rotation. Does anyone know? So in Altium I know I can change the angle of rotation. Oh shucks, what do I do now? I don't want legacy stuff. Oh, I broke it. I can use Pythagoras. I just want to rotate it to an angle. Normally I can... So I want to rotate at 45 degrees. I can do it with components easily, because components I just go E and then I can just change it over here. But how do I do it for line? Do I need to do Pythagoras? I don't want to do Pythagoras. Settings. Grid dots line. Yasir, do you know? It has all the hotkeys. Autosave. Wow, that's a lot of minutes. Okay, let's just make it 30, 30. Yeah, make it 30, 30. We don't need actually to do it, but anyway. Yo, I'm gonna fit everything on here. Oh well. Motor 1, motor 2, motor 3. Okay. Let's just try to keep things together. I don't need such big diodes, so we can do that. Oh. And a lot we can put at the bottom. Our bottom's quite empty. This needs to be at the bottom anyway. Just seeing where the motors come through. So we best have it in the middle here somewhere. Yeah, so everywhere's the middle. Ah, this is still wrong. That's fine. Does have no footprint, that's why. Always check the footprint, guys. Yes, it has no footprint. So let's see what footprint the LM711 has. It says a SOT 2234, so that's generic, so we should have it. It's easier to search like this. There we go. As easy as that. Oh, it's big. Oh, it's big. It is big. As you can see, it makes sense if you look at the picture. I am making life difficult for myself. guys. I've got a lot of space on the right hand side here. We can do it. We can do it. Sure, we can do it. Like this, I don't need this massive Scotchy diodes. I don't know why I chose this massive. This I can rotate. Probably gonna make a 4-layer board for this. Oh, the drone is much harder than I first thought. And we're getting our macro keyboard this week as well. So I would like to finish this and then move to the macro keyboard. And then we still want to make the Nixie clock. A lot of projects planned this year. Okay, let's first find nice Scotchy diodes. So we've got Scotchy diodes here. Okay, I need to find real life Scotchy diodes and then we can... So guys, always look for components on the websites and then do the PCB. Don't just assume it's there. Just looking for a smaller one. Not this one, I don't want through holes. On S&D. Just look for a common one. Fault is not an issue. Looks strange. Like this. How big is this? No, I normally buy from Mauser. It's just easier for me in the Netherlands to buy from them. And they deliver the next day. But depends, because when I order PCBs, I actually order some from JL PCB. So they've got this LC, SC, So these are actually quite cheap. Let's see if they have this. No. And they will populate your PCBs for free on one layer. I spelled it wrong, didn't I? I can't spell for anything. So you can see they've got some components. So I ordered from them as well. Especially resistors and capacitors and things like that, because it's quite cheaper. And yes, I'm just showing it. But I don't have to pay for shipping. So for Mauser, I don't have to pay for shipping. So for you have to pay for shipping, but if I order a PCB, then they can ship it with a PCB, and then it works out cheaper. I don't want thrills, man. So what I can do, because I can just make the footprint to my SOT. So you can see these are all generic footprints. So the 323. So they should have it, I hope. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't seem right though. No, shipping price is always. So Mauser is only free if you go more than 50 euros. This is SOT 323, isn't it? Yeah. Strange. What's this package? Oh, like 0603. You can also use this find chips. So then they'll look for you where it's the best. It says it's 3 pins. Crazy, eh? What oscilloscope can you get for 50 euros? I also want that. Have you bought components from SCS yet? Unity 50. What's that? Did the music just stop? It's a crystal. I guess that's not. So let's see, so I wanted to make it smaller. We can just update now. Yeah, local is always better. There we go. That looks more realistic. Much better. Flip this bad boy. So always keep it nice and close to each other because they go together. Probably move this. I can do what I want, right? No? Unity. €150. That's quite nice. It's not a bad price. I'm also looking to buy a oscilloscope now. Okay. What's sampling? 50 megahertz. Yeah. Nice. So I'll move this out the way. Just clicking. No, not that, man. Just move this out the way. Okay, let's just keep that for now because I want the motors to be in certain places. I'll just turn the top off. You can actually choose here. There we go. So you can see that I can switch off my front and back. Just makes it easier to route. And I must just be very careful about the orientation of this. I have to double check that. That is fine. I'm happy with this. This is not going to work. They're on top of each other, right? It's in there. Can I go through this? So let's see where we are. So that you get right to Discord, eh? You happy with Discord? Yeah. See you on. Great. So you see that one's stuck there. Its position, let's make it 66. But then we make this also 66. Looking better because you can see the motors are actually coming from the bottom, and then you can plug it in directly. That's the plan. It's just to show you guys. I wonder if I can. Nope. No, I'm just breaking stuff. I want to zoom in, but yeah. So I've got the drone here, so I want to change this to be able to click in, plug in, fly. So that is the idea. And this is my gyrometer, my MPU 650 right in the middle, because that's where I thought would be best, rotating points and things like that. So my USB is plugging in here. And we can move stuff quite nice and close. I'm going to get this manufactured by PCB. So they're going to do populations and things like that. So I'm not going to hand solder this. So I'm going to let the USB come out via backup. We can sort out the front later. Let's first just go to the back. Looking good, looking good. Can worry about the prettiness later. Let's just try to get everything on here. So this is self-programming, got a lot of space here. Can I squeeze it in here? Let's get nice and cozy. Oof. I think I'm gonna rather put it this side. I mean, more space to route. I'm trying to be a hero here, but it's not worth it. And always try to keep some symmetry in things. Okay. A lot of space up here as well. So I think a lot of the stuff at the bottom I can bring up. This needs to be in the center. Lock footprints. My decoupling capacitors. Just gonna looking nice, looking nice. We can move this a bit. So you want your decoupling capacitors as close as possible. Where is your friend? Where is your friend's? Probably on top. Yes, let's bring them to the bottom. So to get to the bottom of the layer, you just push F and then it jumps. Arms are getting sore. Getting old. I'm wondering, hey Liam, basic logic level converters for USB data lines. Why would you want to do that? I'm not fully understand you. Hey Patrick, how you doing, man? Why is it doing this? I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Like that, Liam. You're talking about voltage regulator for the USB. You can do that if you want. So what I actually do is, I'm actually thinking about changing it as well. My battery becomes 3v3, which powers my ESP, but my USB is 5 volts, as you said. So my V bus is 5 volts, which is fine. But you can also take your V bus, make it 3.3 if you want. So if you change this to my V bus, I'll just get 3.3 volts. Your STM can take USB directly, so it's not exactly the same. You don't need a USB to UART converter. But that's not a problem, is it? Can't you just drop down the USB voltage and then that's it? Are you talking about that your D plus and D minus logic level is 5 volts, but your STM is 3v3 and that's logic level is only 3v3? I think that's what you mean, right? It's an interesting question. I've never used the STM yet in the USB. Hey Van. I don't know, actually, it's a good question. So these data lines are 5 volts. And I've got my CP which does the conversion for me, which is not an issue. But your STM can only take 3v3 logic lines, correct? That is something I have to research. I can't give you a direct answer. I might be lying to you. But I think it should be possible, because I think the STM has USB directly coupled to it, so I don't even think you need to drop down the logic. I think it does it inside for you. I'm not too sure. I'll have to check. I'm talking about these ones. They're my motor controllers. SI2302. It's a good question, Liam. I'll have to actually look. So I actually ordered the macro keyboard that we used in the STM. But I think you can... If you look in the blue pill, what does the blue pill do? So the blue pill has the STM on. What do they do on their schematic? Got interested now. What's this? And it works. I'm sure we'll be fine. So let's just fix this. Make this 10k. 100 ohms is definitely not correct. And I just want to add a capacitor. I never use the wire. If I need to reboot the system, I just do a power cycle. So this is the reset line. If I put it low, it resets the ESP32. I never use the button. So let's not use valuable real estate. So much space. I'm pushing F8, nothing happens. Oh, to update it. Yeah, you can see here. Soon I'm just going to start pushing buttons and just going to do stuff. Thanks, man. Oh wow. Currently designing a reptile enclosure. What kind of reptiles do you keep? A USB device for all the others. What type of sensors do you use? Why don't you use like I2C or SPI, or are you going to connect all the USB sensors to the USB? It's interesting. Yeah, hotkeys makes it very much faster. Gecko and Dragon, how cool is that? So what is your enclosure going to do? Or what type of sensors? What you're trying to monitor? I'll make it pretty later. And you guys are worried it's not going to fit. Okay. So you're still using a microcontroller, it's just with USB communication. DHT, what's DHTs? Temperature. What made you decide on a Raspberry Pi? Because if you go to the STM, you could have done everything with the STM, right? Lights. I'm busy making that 7-segment display clock now with the WS28 or 218. So quite excited about that. So we 3D printed the enclosures. It's going to be so cool. We have to make space for routing, so routing is important. Let's take this to the other side, other side, other side. Okay, yeah. You could have used the ESP32 as well, and then also they're also going to do the Wi-Fi and stuff. But yes, everything's the same, just a different way of doing it. So what you using Python or what to write the code for the Raspberry? Is there stuff already out there that you can just reuse? That's cool that you're doing it with your mom, man. Very, very cool. Guys, I think that's almost it. Have you started yet or not yet? How far are you? Feel free to join the Discord and share the project. I'll be quite interested in that. There's a couple of guys on the Discord that's making some cool projects. JS is busy making a gesture control, so you can move your hand and it'll be a mouse on the computer, which is quite cool. I think that's it. Why are you so far? You don't need to be so far. But do you have the components working already? It's sometimes better to test the proof of concept before you start making PCBs. I've done the same as well. Then I just go straight to the PCB, but the concept doesn't work. Then I have to redo the PCB. Patrick, what do you mean without a board, only components? I was worried about space, but too much space now. Remember to make the holes on the side. It's different, but it's not so different. So if it works pretty much with pre-built modules, because the people who make the modules share the schematic, they share everything. So the chance of you making a mistake is not that good. So if you look at the module, they will share exactly the circuit, way of working, everything. So it's always good to build it first. Don't know why it still shows the bottom silk. Take that away. What is this? It's not silk, lies. How did you get all the way up there? What other projects are you doing in C, Liam? Where are you from, Liam? Oh, lekker. You're studying, you're working. Nice to have Safa on you. Okay, so you're at university now. Where, University of Cape Town or? You study electronics? Nice, man. What year? How many years you have left? Ah, mechatronics. Ah, okay. Yeah, same as me. Your final, that's for BN, sure. Nice. You passed the tough part, man. Final year it's a nice year. Well, I don't know, it was when I was there. Well, I wasn't at UCT, I was at NMMU. NMMU. Do you guys do a lot of electronic stuff in mechatronics? Because when I did it, it was more automation and factory and systems, and we didn't really touch. We never did PCB design. We did digital electronics. We did stuff like that, but it wasn't in detail as electronics, of course. And then thermal dynamics and material science, and then machines. Good days. Let's just move this in the middle. Yeah, but yeah, okay, because the maths and science and stuff is also the same for all engineers, calculus and stuff. But do you guys do PCB design and things like that? So we did programming, we did assembler, Just wondering the differences. Because when I was at university, they pushed us into like the car industry, automation, process control, not process control, but you know, robots, some PLC stuff. I was just interested what they, at UCT, what they focus on. So in PE, it's mostly car industries like Ford and VW. So they try to push you in the car industry for automation. Just interested. Oh, it looks much better now. Make this smaller. Okay, so maybe it's just the city you're in. Not car industry, but like control systems for robots, the KUKA robots and PLCs, and using MATLAB and Simulink to create the boat plots and the transfer functions, and then calculating the feed forward. Yeah, maybe it's just a bit different. What's your final year project? Have you chosen one yet? Let's go to the front. Yeah, so we did signals and sensors and stuff like that as well. Embedded, what are you using embedded? We use a microchip, Picket. Do you guys still do assembler? Please don't tell me they still teach you assembly language. R11, so front or back? Control F. Why you say it's not aligned? Such a pain, yeah. Cool, man. But do you have an idea for a project? Are you going to choose one yourself, or are you going to use one that they suggest? Yeah, you're bringing back memories now. That's good, man. You must get a book. R10. Let's see. So this is 77.47. It's the same. Thanks, Bath. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we don't do this for viewers. I just want to help whoever wants help. It's quite a niche thing, right? PCB design. So I'm not expecting hundreds of viewers. But thanks for the support. Appreciate it. If you're going to help one person, it'll be good enough. That's great, Bath. Let us know if you need any more help with any other subject. No, not any other subject. I can't cook. My English, my language is bad. My accounting is bad, so I can't help you with that. I can help you with PCB design. Before I say any subject, and then you ask me some questions I don't know, which is a lot. That sounds interesting. Have you thought about what you're going to do after studies? So in 2022 or not yet? Make this later. Nice. Make this later. Do you have anywhere specific you want to go overseas, or you just want to try abroad? Because if you want to come to the Netherlands, I can try to send your stuff out here if you want. Where must I squeeze this in? Maybe just make it smaller. Can I make it this small? Who knows? Yeah, when you're done, let me know. Because the Netherlands are hiring a lot of engineers, and they've got a lot of foreigners studying as well, so. Yeah, massive. Philips. So Philips Medical, the company I work for, we've got different sections, but the one section makes the robot that does the operations, stitches and stuff, which is quite cool. Yeah, it's high tech. So Eindhoven is called the high tech, like the Silicon Valley of Europe. So you can check that out. Yeah, Patrick, I'm busy making the same mistake 10 times. How's your PCB going, Patrick? Oh, the grid size. Yeah, I won't go smaller than 5 mils, but yeah, it depends on placing. So if you've got a very small board with components close to each other, then it's fine. But just try to stick to one, because sometimes when you do one grid for one component and the grid for another component, then they don't align nicely, but you can snap it somewhere to the grid. And to change the grid, you can just push N and then the grid will change. It's all preference. I would not go too small. No need. I normally keep it 5 and 10 mils. So THP. Oh, like this. Alt 1, Alt 2. Oh, nice, Patrick. I don't know. Netherlands is the best country in the world where the second language is English, if you know what I mean. So everyone speaks English. Yeah, so I'm Afrikaans, so I can understand it pretty well. I'm learning how to speak it. It's not exactly the same, but my Kerry is English, so for her it's also fine. We have not met anyone where we speak and they can't speak English, so that's really not an issue. And all the international companies where I work at VDL, I think in my team, 50% are foreigners, if not more. So more, I think, yeah. So we have Mexicans, Italians, Egyptians, lots of Indians. My team lead is Indian. My other work colleague in the project is Indian. Trying to think of all nationalities. Bulgarian. Trying to go through it in my head. Portuguese, Spanish, of course. But yeah, it's really multinational. Yeah, Patrick, I'm always happy to send out stuff. I can't promise anything, right? So, but I can always send it to HR and stuff. And there's also companies that brings people for foreigners. But you're EU citizen, Patrick, so for you it's much easier as well. I think we're ready to solder. I'm quite happy. But we need to don't want to be a wire, man. I need to hold. I think last year our company hired 10 people every month. It was pretty crazy. But it's mechanical, electrical, software, so it's not just electrical. Chatting so nicely, I'm forgetting what I'm doing. You're talking about in real life or at the Netherlands, or what? In which way? For the Netherlands itself or for work? I would always choose experience over qualification, but that's me. But unfortunately, the Netherlands do look at your qualification, so they will not. The chances of them bringing you over, I'm lying. So if you're young, they will only bring you over if you've got a bachelor's degree or better. But we brought someone over from South Africa actually, and he had 10 years experience, and he had a diploma, was not really qualified paper-wise, but his experience was strong. So it's both ways. So I mustn't lie to you. So it's not all about qualification. But if you're young, then they're not going to hire you if you don't have a degree, unfortunately. Just checking what size. This is probably 2.5 volts. Not even. I can just look at the picture, right? I'm not sure why they have it, but I guess they just need to have like a standard, because they have to, if you're a foreigner and not European, they have to give you like a high school visa, and that visa has certain requirements. If you're European, it's not the same. But if you're non-European, there's certain steps the government have to take a certain people over. I don't know. I'm not too sure. So I must stop talking before I lie to you. Yeah, 23 is very young. So yeah, probably. You can always try. But 23 is very young. I feel old now. I wanted to see what the dimensions of the holes are. Yo, Liam, it's personal. I don't know. So for me, I did further my studies because I don't want to be fully mechatronics. I enjoy the electronic side more. So in my masters, I focused on my electronic side. But I don't know. Like between B-Eng and masters, experience counts. I don't know. It's a difficult question. That's what you want to do. But it's going to be cheaper to study in South Africa for sure. But you can get a bursary. I'm sure if you wanted further education, I know political wise, I don't go in there, but yeah, for masters you can get bursaries, I think. I struggled. I could not get bursaries for undergrad. It was impossible. But for masters, I was fortunate enough to get one. So you must maybe look. But also, what's the reason you want to do masters? Is it just for the piece of paper, or is it really about learning something? Yeah. Because I work with a lot of people who has no paperwork, but they are 10 times smarter than I am. So I don't like to focus on papers too much, but that's personal. Dimensions, M4 and 3, no, can't be. Are they all different? It's interesting, eh? M2, M1. I'll make it M2. But Liam, also, if you want to get out of South Africa, then the masters will help. That is for sure. Yeah, I would most probably then do it. If I was you, I would probably do it. But I don't want you to take my word for it. I cannot give you advice like that. This is off. What's going on here? It can't hurt, man. You're still young. Patrick, have you found out a way to make this my 0 point so that my components here will be like 5 not 5770? So if I make this 0 it should end here and not somewhere there. I cannot find a way. So this is place your drill and place offset. That is for your pick and place file when you generate it, which is fine. But I cannot make my 0 point there. I don't know. If anyone knows, it'll be quite cool to know. Caliper? Where's the caliper? This one. That's measure. Yeah, that's your grid. It's not the same. I already have it here. Then it doesn't change. It's still 50. Yes, that's what I want to know. Can I change the default? No. Okay, then. I want to. Hopefully 5.99 fixed it. Because it's quite nice just to go 5.5 in position. Now, if I wanted 5.5 from here, what do I, can I move this? I just want the whole. I just want a hole. There we go. And then I must just put the battery there. Let's see something. Step file. It's a whoop, eh? Let's see how big these are. I don't know. $65 millimeters. Which one do I have? Yeah, 65. That would be very cool. Let's open Fusion. Just extracting the file, and then I'm going to export this to a step file. File export step. Oh, come on. Don't know what Kerry's username and password is. Will mine work? It seems like I had Fusion 360 on my laptop and you can only have it open once. So let's see what happens. And of course it's frozen. Doesn't want me to have so many stuff open. Cool, so let's see how this looks. Yeah, if you guys need a CAD program, I can recommend Fusion 360. It's free for a year. Welcome back. But for educational purposes, it's free forever. Yeah, but this should probably be in the middle somewhere. So it's not perfect. Yeah, so it's 8mm, which is fine. $25. My PCB isn't gonna be too big. We have a FlashForge 3, FlashForge Adventure 3. Yeah, it's so far it's been good for us. So it's not the top end. It's also not the bottom. It's like a middle ground. Been printing a lot lately. Fusion 360 is eagle right now. Oh. seems skew. Oh, come on. You were there. Just push OK. I'm pushing too many buttons. Story of my life. I've actually used it in a while, so just because all the all the CAD all the like Fusion and KiCad and Altium all have different movements with the mouse to rotate, so I get confused sometimes. Yeah, so I must actually first check if this is real. Otherwise I have to make it smaller. But you guys can get the idea of it. So that will click in there. So I've got one here, but what I measure in real life here is a bit bigger than this. So it looks pretty cool. I must remember to put something for the battery. So I assume this should be there. I think it's just... because as you can see, I just got the PCB on top now. Don't know how to make the screen bigger. So this is basically it. So I want to make this smaller, because now it's resting on top. It's fine, it's working. And then I'm soldering the wires on. It's not ideal. So basically taking this to version 2 now. You can see I added a capacitor to keep the charge, a bigger capacitor, because my motors were draining my battery, or not my battery, it was taking all the power from the battery, so the battery did not power my voltage regulator. Fun. Video editing on the spot. So guys, I think that's it for today. We got our new components. I'll probably do some routing in this week. Finish it next weekend. So I want to stream every Sunday again. Unfortunately, unfortunately, depends how you see it. I'm back at work, so I can't stream every day again. Let's say fortunately. It's come on, man. So it's Sundays again, and then this week, today, tomorrow, I'm gonna release the third video about how I programmed this. So speaking about the PID loop, so this was just programmed on Arduino IDE with the ESP32, how I got the Blink app working with it, things like that. So I'm really breaking down. So part 1 was the PCB, like this we did now. Part 2 was about the components. Part 3 will be about the programming of it, what to look out for, how to get the MPU working, what type of input you need for the PID, for the control system. And then part 4 is I'll fly it and crash it, because I've already flown and crashed. You can actually see you can see that it's chipped. How sensitive is this? Do you guys know? Can I just throw away this blade? So this is chipped. Yeah, it's just once it goes. So what also happens is the LiPo battery gets drained very quick when you're full power. So it starts at 4.2 volts. Then it goes down to 3.7. But my voltage regulator that I had has a volt drop about 0.5 sometimes when it's full current. So the 3.7 becomes 3.2. And then with the drainage, it just goes down to less than 2.9, 2.8. And when that happens, the ESP goes into a brownout state. So then when it goes to the brownout state, the MOSFETs don't close, they just go full power, and this drone just takes off and hits the ceilings. So stuff I have to play with. So it's very important to check the volt drop between for the thing. But so we learn. Also, when the ESP charges up for Wi-Fi, it does take a lot of power, a lot of current. Just so you know. So initially it struggles to get going. But it's fine. I'll make videos, try to explain it in details, and I'll make 2 different ones. So for people who just want to build a drone, I'll just give you the information how to do it. But people who want to know technically, I'm trying to do that as well. Cool, guys. Have a fantastic Sunday. Please let me know any questions on Discord, Instagram, doesn't matter. Thanks for taking the time spending with me. It makes it fun. And yes, as always, guys, join our Discord. We have nice chats during the week. People share their projects. Everyone tries to help each other. It's really just a fun community. And yes, I think that's it. So see you guys during the week with some videos. The drone one's coming. I'll do some KiCad tips like I do always, LTM, talking about schematics, circuits. And then the macro keyboard that we did on live stream as well is also coming this week. Ordered a stencil, so that one I'm going to put through the reflow oven. I'll show you guys about that as well. Other than that, guys, have a fantastic day. Until next time, guys, always send me messages. Cheers, guys. Have a great Sunday, great week. Have fun. Good luck with all the projects. Chat again. Bye.